So today, guys, I took a liberty to do something different as Coach Pitso Mosimane was being interviewed by Andile Ncube on Metro FM. To be honest, guys, they were discussing a lot of things, especially in terms of the future of Coach Pitso Mosimane, and also there's one thing I love about Andile Ncube and also Robert Marawa. Whenever they get a chance, they do ask about Kaizer Chiefs. One would swear Andile Ncube and also Robert Marawa, they are fans of the Kaizer Chiefs, one will swear, but we're not there. I'm just here to give you the message. I think it is kind of directed to Kaizer Chiefs management, because you can hear from how he speaks, okay, this is this and this is that. But before we dive into all of the details, one favor, please do make sure to like the video, and of course, mangabe you are new here, ukufika awulazi channel, consider subscribe. It's free. Just click on the subscribe button and also press the bell notification and try to reach 10,000 subscribers. We're already on 8,000, so but don't just subscribe, you have to come back and watch the videos every time you get a notification. Now, starting off, guys, let me just try to clarify things for you. There have been talks, people have been wondering, and some people be hoping Coach Pitso Mosimane magabuya from Iqraam FC uzobuya, and then he would come to Nigeria. And then obviously ever since abuyile, there haven't been talks. He has confirmed this, and we've been talking about it all over. And he said Kaizer Chiefs, they are allowed to have any coach they want, but now we have an interesting part. Some people were saying Kaizer Chiefs, they cannot afford to get you Coach Pitso Mosimane because he has a team of 4, 5, 6 people. But yeah, I think it's 6 people because last he had 5, and then now Tola is goalkeeper coach, if I'm not mistaken, and yeah, that makes it a total of 6 people. 6 people with technical team. So some were saying that it might be expensive for Kaizer Chiefs, but na intaishilo in terms of that.
And as much as it is a business, the belief then is Saudi, the Gulf area, has pumped so much money that a Pitso Mosimane, it's almost unfathomable that he can come to South Africa and coach, because who's going to be able to pay that amount of money? Who's going to be able to afford a Pitso Mosimane and his team?
Yeah, but the money I earn is not the money that Ronaldo earns. I can be paid in South Africa. Yes, teams can afford me in South Africa. It's just that sometimes you say the figure is, or a coach can earn this money. It's mentality. It's a culture. They don't say how much does the team generate.
So South African teams, in your opinion, Coach, let's look at the top teams, SuperSport, Chiefs, the Pirates, Stellenbosch. You think that those teams can be able to afford, not because it's not just
no,
Pitso.
You can't mention Stellenbosch, but Stellenbosch, if they want with Rupert, yes,
that's why I mentioned them.
Yes, I mean the richest man in South Africa.
They can afford a Pitso Mosimane. You, based from what you were earning when you were here, what
does
you
Rupert has money to can pay me?
Realistically, Coach, can teams in South Africa afford you? Realistically, you know the salaries.
What is realistic?
You've been here, you know the salaries that coaches get you.
Yeah, but
versus where you've been now.
You can never be here sitting here on the radio and you want to be earning money for a community radio presenter. Yeah. You've worked hard for your name. You need to be paid what you deserve, and you work very hard to keep this show so good. So then somebody goal. There's a goal coming.
Talk to me, Coach. What happened?
Now, to be honest, guys, I tried to get the clips where I think those are the clips that are important, because this interview is an 1-hour interview, and I understand some of us, we don't have that enough data and not enough time, but I'm hoping right now you will get the sense of everything that he's saying and what he's talking about. And another thing he did mention, Rayners, he almost went to play for Saudi Arabia, and to be honest, we know Rayners is linked with the move to the Glamour Boys. So yeah, that's something. But take a look at this.
When?
This year.
He nearly got a chance to play in Saudi this year.
Yes,
but he's a Stellenbosch this year. What happened?
The deal didn't go through at the end.
You wanted him?
Yes.
You went to Stellenbosch and said, I want him?
Yes, it was almost done. It collapsed in the last hour. Last hour, not minute, not day, hour.
They said no?
No, Stellenbosch said yes.
How much were you buying him for?
Whatever they asked, Saudi will pay. I mean,
how much did they ask?
They buy Ronaldo. I mean, how can they not buy Rayners?
How much did they ask for, coach?
I don't know the figures that
Come on, coach.
Okay, no, I don't want to
run the team.
I don't want to disclose the figures,
but it didn't work out.
It's not that Stellenbosch didn't want. Stellenbosch wanted. Rayners was going to change his life. He was going to pay school fees for the rest of his family and the next
so what
generation.
Went wrong, coach?
And he would buy a nice house in Cape Town and see the water.
Coach, I want to know what happened, but I want to take a break because you can't tease me like that. Also, Malcolm, finish this conversation. Iqraam Rayners is going to you in Saudi. You've had the deal. It's the last hour. What it's going to change his life. He's going to make the 50 million we're speaking about. What happened?
I think, and fair enough, we need to be honest and fair on Stellenbosch and everybody. I think they felt that they don't have enough time to replace him because the transfer was closing. To say, okay, it's not a question of we want to release him or not. We want to help the boy, but we also will never have anybody else to replace him with. If there was time, they would use the financials to buy another player.
Coach.
It's sad, but but at least with Stellenbosch, with the CEO there and Coach Steve Barker, you can talk and they understand, and they can even buy a better player than him, with the money that he get.
He's gonna think about that for the rest of his life.
No,
if
but
he doesn't get another.
No, but as long as he's scoring hat-tricks, he scores today, he still has an opportunity he's still a good player. He has chance. He has chance.
And then also, I think he did talk about Kaizer Chiefs players and what he believed might be good for Kaizer Chiefs if ever he was going to go and coach there. If it had come to that point where Coach Pitso Mosimane is supposed to release players, he was going to do that in order for the team to succeed. So I think this was a great conversation. It was a great interview, and I do believe that Coach Pitso Mosimane is a great coach, and the experience that he has is something else. But since we know with the Kaizer Chiefs, they haven't had any talks with the Coach Pitso, even though he said it himself. If they don't tell him everything, then obviously he wouldn't know. But he hasn't heard anything that says okay, they've made contact or in the final. So definitely now we know how Coach Pitso Mosimane is feeling and how he feels about the job at Kaizer Chiefs. And I believe he said something about he had like a good relationship with the Mutawongs, and I've said this time and time again in my previous videos. If our guy Boni before, you can go back and check my previous videos what we've talked about. And yeah, I think this is the same thing that he was talking about. So we know if he thinks Kaizer Chiefs needs to release players, he's going to do that. And another thing, control. He also mentioned control. He wants to take control of everything, because if I control and then like someone brings players, signs players without his consent, I think we've talked about this in the previous videos, which if like for example Bobby Mtawong signs a player and then that player comes in and perform, who's going to take the fall? Who's going to be blamed? Obviously the coach is going to get blamed, and obviously Lomuntu Sainile won't admit to okay, it's my fault, I signed this player. I remember Gonzalez, if I'm not mistaken, he came in. There was Umlefe, and when he came, I don't think Umlefe was the one who wanted to sign Gonzalez, because I remember correctly, I don't want to lie, I remember correctly, Umlefe only came out and said, yeah, I think he's a good player, we've sent scouts to go and look for him, and yeah, he's told he has that agility, he's going to give us something. And obviously Utemagafiga, he didn't give us anything, but at least now we know he's going back, or already he's went back to wherever he's coming from. But now let's take a look at this.
and you don't go anywhere without them.
No.
You must have your entire team.
Yes.
Have you had any conversations with Kaizer Chiefs since the last time we spoke?
Well, I have never had any conversation with Kaizer Chiefs, but you must know that how my things are done from our office, and that's where things are done. And sometimes the office doesn't tell us some of the things as long as they are not. It's not, the offer is not on the table, discussing proper discussion. They don't tell us, but the office has never spoken to me that there's a request, and I'm in good terms with Jessica, Bobby, Kaizer Jr. No, there's no issues. If there was issues, they wouldn't even give me the training camp when I was with Al Ahly, and we talk. And but I don't want to put Kaizer Chiefs under stress or under pressure. Why they can have whoever they want to have, and I also can go wherever I want to go.
But I ask you, Coach, because your name comes up every time, and the fans want your name.
At
the stadium, there's "We want Pitso." Is it a job that you would take? Is it a job that you think you could be able to turn on? Kaizer Chiefs is the cornerstone of this country as far as football is concerned, and you know that, Coach. They've got the most fans, the most support. We all want to see a Kaizer Chiefs that's doing well. Would a Pitso Mosimane want to take that job, and could a Pitso Mosimane turn that around? And what would it take for Pitso Mosimane to turn that around?
Andy, you know me. I go to places that no one has gone. It's the same thing with SuperSport United. The same with Mamelodi Sundowns. The same with Al Ahly. They have never won an international tournament in the last 6 years. I went there. Same with Al Ahly Saudi. They were number 9 on the lock in the first division.
What you did in the Club World Cup.
Yeah, I go wherever. It's an exciting project, I must tell you.
A Chiefs project.
Yes, it's an exciting project, but it's a difficult project in terms of understanding and turnaround times. It's not about qualifying for top 8 and you win top 8 and then you say you've turned the corner. No, it must be a good project. Teams are going to the Club World Cup receiving R1 billion. Now football in Africa now is changed. There's a free kick there. Maybe Tebogo Mokoena is the one can convert it because that space is his space, and he's good at that. So,
and it's probably the last thing that's going to happen in this half.
Yeah,
South Africa with a free kick.
You remember the one he hit Morocco?
Yeah, cracker.
Yeah, there you are. You see.
Oof.
Yeah.
Who was it? Was it Tebogo? Because it was floated, wasn't it? Yeah,
no, it was Mudibo. He's good also with free kicks, ne?
He really is. But then, Coach, a Kaizer Chiefs doesn't have the budget of everywhere where you've been, where you can get absolutely any player you want.
I didn't have bigger budgets in ABBA. I didn't have bigger budget at SuperSport United when we finished second. ABBA was the smallest budget in the Russian league. We didn't buy any player.
So Kaizer Chiefs, as is with the setup that the players they have, you can improve.
Al Ahly Saudi, that is now Firmino, Mahrez, and all those guys. They didn't have the money. I think you know that we went to FIFA to get our money.
Yeah.
So what is this thing about the money only? It's not all about the money. It's about the project. Understanding turnaround times. How long can it take? And it was not easy to turn around Mamelodi Sundowns.
Pitso must go.
When I arrived, we couldn't even qualify for top 8 when I arrived in December, because
what were they sitting? 15.
Yeah, 15. When we were winning, somebody was winning. When we were winning, somebody we couldn't come out.
Win or lose, Pitso must go. I remember it. I'll never forget it.
Yes, but then I dismantled the team.
But see, that's what I'm talking about, Coach.
Yes,
you needed money to do that.
Yes,
so I'm saying at Chiefs, is there that sort of budget available? I'm not sure.
But we're talking Kaizer Chiefs. Do you know the history of Kaizer Chiefs? They've always had the best players ever. That's why we're talking about Kaizer Chiefs. We're not talking about Maritzburg United to turn around things. We're talking about Kaizer Chiefs. They had Max Maponyane. They had everybody. The best players were playing for Kaizer Chiefs. The best players, shoes. Even Sean Bartlett. Yeah. Everybody. The best players played for Kaizer Chiefs. So you cannot win games when you don't have good players. How does Manchester City turn around things? Because Pep Guardiola is a musician. He's got Haaland. He's got all these top players. So So you've got to have the players, and also with me at Sundowns for me to turn it around. We have players, and look what it has happened. They kept buying the good players. Hence, Rulani is also top of his game, and they're still winning. So you go. Why is Paris good? You got to buy the players. In football, if you don't have the players, you can't win. I don't care what coach you have or which coach you have. It's a combination of everything.
Kamabilet is at Sundowns is a good player. Castro is at Sundowns is a good player. Keegan Dolly is at Sundowns. They're actually the CBD.
Yeah. Tambazwane.
They go to, those three in particular,
Yes.
go to Chiefs.
Yeah.
Things change around. You don't see that quality anymore.
It's a combination of everything. You must have a top coach. You must have a top players. Ancelotti, he told you, he says, what do you think I coach Vinicius Juniors to do? To dribble people? How do I coach Rodrigo? And now Mbappe? What are you going to coach? These guys don't score. They know how to play football. You have to just keep the discipline. You got to keep the structure. You got to give the way of playing, how we're going to play, how we're going to attack, how we're going to defend. And most importantly is the discipline in the team. But the coach must have the pedigree, and players must know. Real Madrid players, they know with Ancelotti.
Because they know the guy.
They know. Yeah. They know. You're gonna follow.
So if Pitso walks in there, you
will follow. I mean, it's not about Mbappe will follow. So it's a combination of everything. But the players also can follow, and you don't have quality, and then it's a problem. So you have to, as I said, a very good example is what happened at Sundowns. Yes, but when I dismantled Mamelodi Sundowns, you can say that, who did I buy? I bought Rama Galela, I bought Mabunda, I bought Raymond Monama, I went to Free State Stars to get Kennedy, I went to Bloemfontein Celtic to get Tabon Tete. Shompo was already at Sundowns when I arrived. I recalled Rama from Tax. I went to Fresh Tembazwane from
Clark Parker,
Mpumalanga Aces. Who did I have? I didn't have Sereno on them. That's turnaround. That team won the league.
Then there's a control part, then, coach, where Pitso Mosimane coaches, he has total control of the players that he wants. He has total control of, who must go, who must come, which is, as the European way and the worldly way, managerial position, right?
Well, the world is, but we can never say that. Also, Sundowns gave me that. We have to be honest. They gave me the opportunity.
Do other teams in South Africa, to my knowledge and some of your knowledge as well, other teams don't work like that. Other teams, here's your new strike.
Well, you can do that, but don't be surprised with where you are.
But you wouldn't allow that to happen, is what I'm saying.
No, but why you put
total control?
But why you put the results on me? You put the results on me, but you don't want me to put the team together. So when those players that whoever brought them don't do well, will you say it's me who brought these players? We feel sorry for the coach. I brought this player and that player. No, the results are on me.
So then that carte blanche must be on you as well.
Because I'm going to be blamed. The coach is going to be blamed if you don't win. If Ancelotti doesn't win the Champions League with Mbappe,
it's on him.
It's on him. PSG brought Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. What happened if they don't win? The coach is gone.
Coach, I want to take the last couple of minutes because, a lot of the times we have people here coming to promote whatever it is that they're doing, and we allow them to because we want to see people prosper.
Yeah.
But the Pitso Mosimane schools